What's up YouTube, Capital G here, checking out a brand new trap card that just got revealed coming out of Rising Rampage. And it's kind of interesting because this card could possibly be considered Dragon Ruler support of all things. I know that might sound a little weird because especially in the TCG, Dragon Rulers don't really have much context because obviously they've been banned for a little while. However, in the OCG, Tempest is actually unbanned, and this card is called Dragon Storm Return. Now it's interesting because I don't know if this card is maybe foreshadowing more Dragon Rulers being unbanned. That would be a possibility, especially considering that Dark Matter Dragon and Darkness Metal Dragon are both banned now. Maybe Konami feels comfortable giving some of those Dragon Rulers back, or maybe if this is one of those cards that just kind of like breaks the fourth wall, it maybe, I don't know, references like Tempest actually getting unbanned and them just kind of like coming off the ban list, because if you look at the card, that is clearly Tempest in the artwork. But anyways, let's go ahead and check out what the card does. It's a normal trap, and it's a hard once per turn, just one line of text on this, and it says target one banished monster, special summon it, but return it to the hand during the end phase. So this is an interesting card, and I think the obvious is that the fact that it's a trap, a lot of people are going to say that it's kind of slower than something like DDR, but you have to keep in mind, not every deck that does a lot of banishing is going to have the ability to, you know, effectively like pay for DDR. Not every deck is going to have that discard fodder, and this card is just kind of a one for one. Now, the thing that I actually found the most interesting about this card is that you can actually revive your opponent's banished monsters, and that's actually kind of cool. If your opponent is playing a deck that has like, I don't know, Allure Darkness, or even if they're just playing like Thunder Dragon or a variant like that. Thunder Dragons do a ton of banishing. If your opponent plays any type of cards that banish their monsters, you could just revive your own in addition to your own banishing strategy. Now, you would have to kind of make sure that monster, you know, you get rid of it during the end phase or before the end phase, because otherwise it will be added to your opponent's hand and you'll be taking a big neg there. So you'd have to make sure that you either kill them or that you're just going to like link it away. The fact is, I think that there are some niche applications for this card. I think Metaphys is like a really good example of a deck that could probably incorporate this card fairly easily. We know Metaphys banish a whole bunch of cards, and obviously being able to summon like a big Metaphys monster during your opponent's turn, whether that be Daedalus or Tyrant Dragon, is obviously good, gives you some board presence. And the thing about Metaphys is, even though it wouldn't trigger the Metaphys Daedalus effect, which is actually kind of a shame because, you know, that banishing all your opponent's special summon monsters, that effect is super clutch. You know, the fact that the card goes back to your hand is not a problem in that deck, because you can actually just pitch the card for as Metaphys and you can just draw another card during your turn, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal. And you could obviously still have the option of summoning one of your opponent's banished monsters, which is kind of nice. This to me feels like a card that is going to get better as time goes on, as we get more kind of banished decks or decks that revolve around a lot of banishing. Feels like this card will have a lot of potential, maybe for some mirror matches of those decks, or maybe the decks will just be, you know, they'll banish so many cards that this card will just be good in its own right. But this definitely feels like a card that will have to be, you know, reevaluated in the future, because I think that there is definitely some potential there. So let me know if you guys think that any of the Dragon Rulers might be coming back, because maybe Konami is giving us a little bit of hint that we could be seeing Blaster or Title down the line. Anyways, whatever you guys think, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.